Good morning, welcome to a Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 13th of April. So difficult one today, as ever. It seems like the markets are consolidating more and more, or some of the markets are at least. Looking at details or some news events which might create some volatility. Really the biggie is the 130 data, the CPI, the inflation data in the US. That's about it. We got a 30-year bond auction at 1 minute past 6. We'll get the results of. But if it's anything like yesterday's 10-year, which is probably the more important of them that we see, there was no significant movement coming from there. So left to technical devices, and as I say, very consolidated through many of the markets yesterday, and well, we started that way today. At the moment, we're still, you see the euro dollar here, daily bars, just one inside bar, and currently inside bar. Well, maybe we'll get a move out of there. It looked for a while yesterday in the afternoon, or late morning rather, on the euro, that we were going to get a bit more of a move and something out of this sort of wedge pattern that was sitting there. Well, we've had a retest of the bar itself this morning. That might just give us a bit of traction, but it doesn't really look like it on this hourly at the moment. However, it's range bound. You can see the range sort of sitting through here. It's just a new range that we're sitting over at the moment. We can be drawing the lines on the top and the bottom, and that's where it's wedged. Literally, a break above the daily pivot may just give us a bit more possibility. Well, certainly a possibility of a move back up to this sort of 1920 area. But it is very, very tight this morning. I was just looking for the options data for today. It should just be here. Let's just check on. Nope, that's still the 13th of April. They have not put. I'll just put a refresh on here. There's no new update on options this morning put on the site that I look at, so can't really give you an update there. Occasionally, when we've got very little news coming out, it's because of the very fact that there could be options sitting either side there, just providing some sort of resistance or support there, but can't see anything, no data yet on the options, so can't give you that. Okay, so euro, as I said, consolidated, not really going anywhere. Similar-ish story. The pound moved maybe a bit more yesterday, but it's still a bit rangy. It's double bottomed. It's trying to catch a bounce maybe at the gain at this moment. It's arguably on the smaller time frames and was a bit of a flag, but I mean it's the truth. It's gone so long. As I say, maybe now we're seeing this sort of break push to the upside. If it does get any momentum into this move, perhaps we could get a move up towards its daily R1, but it really is struggling at times. I'm saying that we did have a good run yesterday. There is that potential. It's broken the trend line that was running across the highs of this move, so there is that potential for the R1. I almost favour that at the moment. I certainly favour that at the moment. Yen, got a bit of data missing there on the dailies. Brilliant, always good when it does that. But you see, it's really quite a consolidated phase again. It's very tight ranges, not a lot in the way of movement. And well, it's just really not doing much of anything at the moment. If anything, it's looking like it's returning back to a sort of soft phase, but very, very difficult to work out next phases of these. And the Aussie dollar, it's been in this sort of range for well over a week now. Maybe it looks like it's going to finally break to the downside. This always did look like a bit more of a downside candidate for me. It was in this downward, well, it still is in this downward channel here, descending channel. It's yesterday, I mean, it's got this sort of strongish support sitting around this sort of 75.96, 76 area, which seems to have been holding on to for a long time. The way that's putting in the lower highs, though, it looks like at some point that's going to break, and we're going to see a rollover. But I wouldn't even count on it today. Canadian dollar here. range bound on the Canadian dollar. Again, it's been well over a week of range bound, lower highs, higher lows, and it's still getting into a sort of wedge pattern. We did see an update yesterday. We could see that continue through today. Just a bit of softening on the commodity currencies, and I'm trying to remember which one was the weakest now. It's certainly this morning, as I look at these, the US dollar is second strongest. The strongest actually is the pound this morning against the US dollar and its peers. The weakest at the moment is the dollar yen. There might be opportunities for the likes of euro yen or pound yen. It may have already gone. Euro yen not particularly looking like, again, it's range bound. It's struggling to push out of any sort of get into any possible proper, that's the word, trend. It's really struggling to get too far. It gets close to its prior highs or lows, and has been failing. So maybe not even an opportunity there as much as it looks. Let's just have a quick look at the pound yen. Now you look at here, you're looking the strongest against the weakest. Well, maybe let's come back to the dailies here. Maybe there's a bit more chance there. Pound just getting back. It's put the spinning top sort of doji-ish bar then. The doji yesterday, maybe we're going to see a little bit more higher lows coming through here. Weekly pivot above, maybe a little retrace into this could give us further upside, but yesterday just consolidated for most of the day, and it's so tight with a lot of these pairings. Okay, not a lot of love with the currencies at the moment. Would like to see something a bit more trendy. S&Ps, well, let's just come out a little bit here first, and you see yesterday it did put in a high in there. It has yesterday again a new high. It's pretty close to the highs at the moment. It's been sort of pushing upwards. Yesterday I was talking about it in the morning. It was sort of dipping down. It put that bar in a bit earlier. That's it. That's the bar that I was looking at the time. That green bar here, and a choppy old day. Even so, it did make us say new highs. It closed right at the sort of near the highs there after pitching into and yet another new high. And at the moment, well, looks like more of the same. Retracements, possible areas to be buying into, but need something a little bit deeper maybe. Okay, gold had another one of those horrible days. It was selling off when I was looking at it yesterday, and there we go. Let's just come out the time frame. So here we go. It's just looking that bit more, that bit weaker, running down, lower highs coming through here, and lower lows. Really, that's the pattern. Again, for me, it'd be selling to any retracements. Not at all strong there at the moment. Oil. It's not been doing me any favours. It's dancing all over the place. It's still in this sort of wedgy sort of pattern here. No clear direction. Again, so many of the markets just sitting there. I'm not too sure what they're sitting there for. Now we've seen bond. 1 minute we're told it's a bonds or whatever it may be, but the markets at the moment are chopping. Hopefully, at some point we'll get a move and give us a bit of a trend. Anyway, that's it for me. I wish you a great day. Aussie CAD, sorry, let's have a quick look at the Aussie CAD. Not a pair of day trade, swing trade maybe. Swing trading pair, well, it's certainly a downward trend here. The Canadian dollar has over a longer period has held up pretty well. You're seeing softness again here. It's again a consolidation for a lot of this period, and even with that spike down yesterday, it's only just broken those prior lows there. Really, such a mess again. 60 minutes, largely most of yesterday just chopping along, just pitched up a little bit and sold back again. To me, it looks, in the bigger picture, it looks soft. Overall, so more softness, I think, is what I would forecast from what I'm looking at there. Okay, hope that helps. I wish you a great day, and I'll catch you in the morning. Bye for now.